Hi, Anaya. Hello, Anaya. Joey, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
All right. Hi, Clement. Hi, Michaela. Hi, Mark. Hi, Troy. Hi, Jalen. Hi, Luis. Hey, Marston.
Yo,
What up? Hi, Nia. Hi, Ariana. Hi, Xavier. Alan. Hi, Ashton. Gerald, welcome back. What happens when a frog's car dies? He needs a jump. And if that doesn't work, the car's got to get towed. My wife told me to stop acting like a flamingo. I had to put my foot down. What's the best time to go to the dentist? Tooth hurty. 2:30. 2:30. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? It was too tired. 2 tires. How did Darth Vader know that what Luke got him for Christmas? He felt his presence. Why did the coffee file a police report? It got mugged. I don't play soccer because I enjoy the sport. I'm just doing it for kicks. Hello, Bryce. Hi, Blaze. What sound does a witch's car make? Broom, broom. Can one bird make a pun? No, but two can. A toucan, toucan. I try to avoid eating anchovies. Just a little fishy. All right.
Hey, I got one for you, Mr.
Let's
Weiss.
hear it, Joey. Bring it.
What can you catch from a vampire in wintertime?
Frostbite.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
You know, once you start telling these jokes, you start learning all of them. It's terrible. Marston, you got a joke for me? All right. We're going to do some more simplifying radicals. Do you remember the time we fell in love? Do you remember the time we first met? The square root of 25 is 5, right? The square root of 169 is 13. Because 13 times 13 is 169, right? Okay. And then square root of 48, right? What perfect square evenly goes into 48? And you might be thinking 4, but there's a higher one. You want to pick the highest possible perfect square that goes into 48, and that's going to be 16. 16 times 3 is 48. The square root of 16 is 4. And then square root of 3. So my answer here is 4 square root of 3, right? Okay. Same thing here. Square root 72, you might say to yourself, well, 4 goes into 72, 9 goes into 72, but you want to pick the highest possible perfect square that goes into 72, which is 36. (36) times 2 is 72. The square root of 36 is 6. And then square root of 2. Can I please have a thumbs up if you remember all that? We good there? Thanks, Nia. Sanaya, Joey, Alan, Gerald, Bryce, Ashton, thank you. Michaela, Clement, thank you. All right. Thank you, Deshaun. All right. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, next. So now, what if I say, what's the square root of a squared? Does it make sense that the square root of a squared is just a? Because a times a is a squared, right? Now, here, square root of m to the 16th is not m to the 4th. Remember, now this is m to the 8th. Why? Because m to the 8th times m to the 8th equals m to the 16th, right? The answer here is m to the 8th. Can I please have another thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about? Thank you, Joey. Clement, Brennia, thank you. Alan, Ashton, thank you. Michaela, thank you. Jalen, thank you. Bryce, thank you. Okay, okay. Thank you, Deshaun. Okay, so now in this one over here, I had to break it down. Break it down. Right? Into one part that's a perfect square and another part that's not a perfect square. Okay. Well, what about here? Right? Square root of p to the 9th. P to the 9th is not a perfect square. But what perfect square is inside p to the 9th? All right. Now, when you have an odd number, what's nice is all you got to do is subtract 1, and then you got a perfect square, because all even numbered exponents are perfect squares, all of them. So in other words, this will be square root p to the 8th, square root p to the 1st, right? What is square root p to the 8th? P to the 4th, right? Square root p. May I please have a thumbs up there if that made sense? That's the key to today's lesson. Clement, Joey, Bryce, Blaze, Ashton, Brennia, Alan, Deshaun, thank you. Gerald, thank you. I have the same problem with my dog, Marston. All right. Next, same thing. G to the 19th. All right. Means I'm going to go square root G to the 18th times square root of G. Whenever you have a odd numbered exponent in a square root, it's just you're always gonna have this square root of G, square root of X, square root of A, whatever the letter is, next to this guy minus 1, basically, right? 19 minus 1 is 18. What's the square root of G to the 18th? G to the 9th. And then square root of G. Done. Right? Okay. So, right, if I had, for example, I don't know, G to the 73, right? That's just going to be G to the 72, square root of G, right? Which is G to the 36, square root of G. Okay. One more time. Can I have another thumbs up? We still good? Leaf, good morning. Clement, thank you. Michaela, Nia, Blaze, Alan, Deshaun, thank you. Joey, thank you. All right. Sanaya, you good over there? Luis, thank you. Amar, you good? Kayla, you good?
Why did you call my name?
I said Sanaya, but are you good over there, Anaya?
Yeah, I'm good, but I just don't feel like keep hitting the thing. I understand what you're teaching.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. Then at least promise me this. If you get confused, you'll at least like put in the chat, I'm confused. Is that okay? We can agree
Yeah,
to
sure.
that? Okay. I'm good then. Thank you. Okay. I'm sorry, that was funny. All right. Now, let's take a look at this, okay? Square root 125n, okay. What perfect square goes into 125? 25. 25 times 5 is 125, and the n stays in the root because it's not a perfect square. Okay. What's the square root of 25? 5. Square root 5n. Done. Not so painful. Square root of 216. What perfect square goes into 216? Well, 36. 36 times 6, I leave v in the square root too. And what's the square root of 36? 6. Square root of 6v. Done. That's called simplifying. Okay. Now, square root 512. What perfect square goes into 512? Let's say I don't know. All right. I'm going to take my handy dandy calculator and I'm going to divide by 2 because I know 2 goes into 512 because it's an even number. So I'm going to go 512 divided by 2. 256. Oh, okay. That's a perfect square. It is? Yes. So this is square root 256, and k squared is a perfect square. What's left? Just 2, because 256 times 2 is 512. What's the square root of 256k squared? The square root is 16k, and then square root of 2. May I please have another thumbs up if we're okay there? And I am assuming you're okay over there. Deshaun, Alan, Michaela, Joey, Clement, thank you. Ashton, thank you. Bryce, thank you. Rania, thank you. Jalen, thank you. Alan, just go. You don't need to tell me. All right, please, thank you. Okay, good. All right, next. Again with 512. But this time, it's the letter is not a perfect square. The variable doesn't have a perfect square. So this is square root 256. And again, m squared is inside the perfect square. But what am I left with in the other square root? 2 and an m this time. So just like before, I have 16m, but inside the square root is 2 and then m. Okay. Easy, right? We've had this already. Too easy. Here, what perfect square goes into 80? You might think 4, but I want you to think of the highest possible perfect square. And that's going to be 16. P to the third is not a perfect square, but P to the second is. Okay. What's left? 16 times 5 is 80, and I'm left with a P inside the root. What's the square root of 16P squared? 4P, and then square root of 5P. Easy. Okay. That's too easy. Here we go. All right. Once again, if you don't know what perfect square goes into, say, 147, put 147 on your calculator. Now, you know 2 doesn't go into 147 because 147 isn't an even number. So I'm going to try dividing by 3. Oh, 49. That's a perfect square. What did I divide by? Oh, yeah, 3. So I've got square root 49. Over here I have square root 3. Now, m to the third is not a perfect square, but m to the second is. N to the third is not a perfect square, but n to the second is. So I'm left with an m and an n over there, right? All right, what's the square root of 49? 7, and then the square root of m squared is m. Square root of n squared is n, and I'm left with square root 3mn. Easy, right? Okay, let's take a look, please, at your assignment. Now, here, 7 is not a perfect square. Hold on a second, let me do this. In fact, of course, there's no perfect square that evenly goes into 7. Okay, so square root 7x to the 8th, okay? Well, there's no perfect square that goes into 7, so just x to the 8th is a perfect square. And I'm left with 7 inside the square root. What's the square root of x to the 8th? Be careful. X to the 4th, right? Square root of 7. Goodness gracious, it's multiple choice. Usually I give you 100 chances to get the problem right. I changed today's assignment. I'm only giving you 2 chances to get it right. Okay, this one's x to the 4th, square root of 7. Boom. Okay. This is interesting. X square root of x to the 3rd. All right. I'm not going to worry about the x right now, but what perfect square is inside x to the 3rd? X to the 2nd times square root of x. What is square root of x to the 2nd? That would be x, right? And then square root of x. Oh, X times X is X squared. Square root of X. Okay, X squared, square root of X. Boom. Okay. X is not a perfect square, but 36 is a perfect square. The answer here is just going to be 6 and then square root of X. Don't let them try and throw you off with these other answers here. This is easy, right? Square root of 36 is 6. Square root of X to the 10th is X to the 5th. Boom. Five square root of X, right? Okay. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of X to the 8th is X to the 4th. So 2X to the 4th with an X left in the root, right? Pretty easy. All right, let's do this, okay? Do your assignment, okay? Right now. And I'm going to sit here and while you do it. So if you have questions,
Wise.
you can ask. Yeah.
I already finished.
You already finished?
Yeah.
Have a good day. Say no to drugs.
All right. See you, Wise.
All right. Everyone else, finish. Troy, have a good day. Say no to drugs.
And Mr. Weiss,
Yeah, Joey.
can I just do it tomorrow? Because I got my schedule changed and I only got class on Monday and Thursdays. So I can just do it tomorrow when I got off.
So when you say you're getting your, oh, I guess you have to take my class because all Maryland schools have to take a math.
Yeah, for 4
Fourth
years.
math. So you have to take my class, but you don't have to pass my class.
Exactly.
So what I have to say to you is you are one of those that just, I got nothing. You don't have to pass my class. You just have to
Be here.
have your class on my schedule, on your schedule.
Hmm.
So that leaves the obvious answer as you're pretty much free to do whatever you want.
All right, Mr. Weiss. I'm gonna do it tomorrow, man. Have a good day.
Hey, you do you, man. Peace.
Once I finish.
Bryce, have a good day. Say no to drugs. Have a good weekend. Say no to drugs.
Hey, Akali.
Are you done?
Yeah,
You're done? When
yeah.
you're done, you can go. Jalen, have a good day. Say no to
Uh,
drugs. Peace. Class isn't over. Everyone's doing their assignment now, Devon.
Mr. Weiss, I'm finished.
Ashton, have a good weekend. Say no to drugs. Yes, Devon on Delta.
Mr. Weiss, I'm done.
Ariana, have a good weekend. Say no to drugs.
Wise,
Yo,
I'm done.
Anaya, have a good weekend. Say no to drugs.
Okay, you too.
Peace.
Twice I'm finished.
Michaela, have a good weekend. Say no to drugs.
I'm done, Mr. Weiss.
Blaze, have a good weekend. Say no to drugs.
I got a real quick question. So for
Ask away.
4.2,
Yeah.
I got the 2 out of 7 because I couldn't finish it. You give me a
Okay.
76 on that still. Because remember, everybody in the class had it like it wasn't working.
4.2 though? Wait a
Simplifying polynomials. It was because I can try it again. I might be able to get it. No, because it wasn't working last time.
Oh. Okay, so, okay.
I finished, Mr. Weiss.
Okay, have a good weekend. Say no to drugs.
Finish, Mr. Rice.
Okay, see ya. Have a good weekend. Okay, boys, I got you. Let me double check.
Hey,
Yeah, did you do quiz 7? Yeah, you got a 90 on quiz 7. Okay. 1.2. Okay. All right, you're updated, Blaze.
thank you.
Okay,
I'll see you next
Have a-
week.
see you next week. All right, I'm going to end today's meeting. If you have any problems, email me. I'll get back to you. Have a good weekend. Say no to drugs.